Hello everyone, it's Lorica here. Today I am going to do a book tag. I was tagged by Candy from the Great Literary Rabbit Hole, and the tag is the Rapid Fire book tag, where you answer 25 bookish and reading related questions quite fast. So I'm just going to jump right in. Thanks, Candy, for tagging me. So let's begin with the questions. The first one is ebook or physical book? For me, it's both. I love both ebook and I love physical. Ebook is I read ebooks in the evenings as before I go to sleep. I can just fall asleep with a Kindle next to me. And physical books, of course, I love holding them and smelling and touching and just reading. So both. Paperback or hardback? I don't have a preference, really. I like both. I like both paperback and hardback. As long as I can get the book, I don't care what format it's in, as long as I can read the story. Online or in-store book shopping? Well, I would say that I prefer in-book shopping, in-store shopping, sorry. But where I live now, there is no bookshops, none. I have to drive to a big town, which is maybe 45 minutes to an hour away before I can get to a bookshop. And of course, there's not much on the English books section, being in Sweden. So I have learned to shop online. So yeah, I do both. I prefer the in-store book shopping, but you know how it goes. And question 4, trilogies or series? I'm not big on like series or trilogies because I like a single book. I like it when a book is written in one go and everything is in there, because sometimes it gets a bit diluted after book 2 and book 3. But if I have to choose, then I would probably say trilogies. But yeah. Heroes or villains? Yeah, the villains are always like, everybody like is curious. I'm curious about the villains, but I think I prefer the heroes because I like the idea that good overcomes evil, like that there's a right and there's a wrong. And of course there's so much gray in the world, but still I like when there's the good overcomes evil. That's just makes me feel comfortable, right? The book you want everyone to read is question 6. I sound like a broken record that keeps on going round, but of course it's The Highland Witch. But there's another book that I think everyone should read, and that's called, I don't have it on me now, I have 2 copies of it too. It's called Just Kids by Patti Smith, and that book just changed my life. So I would recommend everybody read Just Kids by Patti Smith. Fantastic book. Then recommend an underrated book. Oh my goodness, underrated. I can't think of anything. Books are so personal that sometimes when a book is highly rated, it doesn't mean that it's always the best book, right? And when a book is underrated, doesn't mean it's a bad book. So underrated, I would say Korag or the Highland Witch again, and maybe books from I don't know if he is underrated, but I do love Murakami. So books from Murakami, because I think sometimes he's a little underrated. So yeah, anything from Murakami is great. The last book I finished. Oh my gosh, what was the last book I finished? I actually, Clearly, it did not make an impact. No, I'm joking. What was the last book? You know, as I said, I didn't read so much this last month. I would probably say the one I can remember is The Stranger by Albert Camus, the one that was the one that had such an impact on me. That was the last one, because the other ones I'm reading a few at the moment, so I'm kind of like in the middle of them. The last book I bought, wow, if you watch my last video, you will know I bought 30 books almost at the same time when I was in London. So yeah, it's 30 books, and they are classics, gothic, some kind of literary biographies of different authors. So I will put a photo here while I talk. A whole bunch of photos of all the books that I bought. So yeah, those were the last books I bought, because I'm not going to buy books for a while, so I figured I might as well go all in, right? The weirdest thing you've used as a bookmark? I use anything. I don't know what's weird. What's weird, really, you know? Anything, whatever lies around when I stop reading and I don't have a regular bookmark. I use slips from till slips that you get at the store, or my little tags that I use for highlighting. I even put pen in there a couple of times just to get that. Anything like a elastic that I tie my hair with, anything that I can just keep my place. Used book, yes or no? Used books, yes, of course. Any book, new, used, gift, whatever. Top 3 favorite genres. Okay, I think gothic. And sorry, that was my hobby. I would say gothic, magical realism, and is classics a genre? No, they're not. What would be? Oh, crime. I love crime books too. So gothic, magical realism, and crime. Those would be my favorite genres. Borrow or buy? Both, but I don't really tend to borrow much, because again, I live so like a library. There's mainly Swedish books, not many English where I live. So buy, and yeah, probably buy, but I like to borrow too, if I can. Character or plot? I would say character. I like plot. Of course, plot is always important, but if I can choose what's the major part of the book, I would say character. Long or short? I like both. So easy, these questions. I like both long and I like short books, because for different reasons. A long book, you can just become part of that story. You get to know these people, you meet them, they become your friends. And then a short book is like just snappy, and you just get to the point. And the writing is so beautiful in a short book with this straight to the point writing. So yeah. Long or short chapters? Oh, both, because again, some chapters has to be short to the point because there's something that needs to come through, and some chapters are longer, and those are both equally important. Name the first 3 books you think of. Okay. Well, well, Frankenstein, I'm reading that now, so of course that will come to mind. A Human Being Died That Night, which is a harsh South African non-fiction book. The Wind-Up Bird Chronicle by Haruki Murakami. Okay. Books that make you laugh or cry. just Kids from Patty. No, actually not that. That one made me a bit, both, but not excessively. But there is a book from Patti Smith that every time I read the opening, I cry. And I read that book so many times, and it's called Wool Gathering. And that book is just so beautiful. Just thinking of it, it just, my heart. So yeah, Wool Gathering by Patti Smith makes me cry every time. Where am I now? 19. Our world or the fictional worlds? Our world. I want to be here with this practicing of Buddhism that I'm doing. It's all about being here where you are. So I would say our world, because I love being alive with all the problems, all the pain, all the heartaches, but also all the joy and the laughter and the love. No, I want to be here. It's nice to escape in a book, yes, but I want to be here. I want to breathe. I want to feel and see nature. So yeah, definitely here. Audiobooks, yes or no? It's a definite no for me. I tried audiobooks so many times, and they just, I don't know. I would listen, and then I would catch myself. Oh, I went into dreamland, like I daydream like crazy. So I went into daydreamland, and then I forgot what I didn't pay attention. So then I have to go back to where I stopped listening, and it's too complicated. So no. Although when I was younger, I used to listen to these radio stories a lot. You get on the radio, you get these like this today, and it was like almost like a soapy, but for the radio. Oh, I love those. And then there were characters, right? And you hear the sounds like the door close and tick, 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 somebody walk in. And like, I love those in Afrikaans. So I don't have the titles for you of the ones I listened to. They were in Afrikaans on Afrikaans radio. Do you ever judge a book by its cover? Oh, I know I shouldn't, but I do. When I go shopping, physically book shopping, unless I have a list, which I often make because I can get too carried away. But if I don't have a list and I just go book shopping, I will totally look at the cover. And I'm not one for these bright, intense, modern looking covers. I like books that, you will see my book covers. I have my book. It's like more like a bit of it's softer, it's like, I like a more oldie worldly look cover. And if I see a cover like that, you got me. I will grab that book. So yeah, and I know I shouldn't, because there's books that are really good that I read that has the covers that I'm not so fond of, and they're good. So yeah, I do. Next is 22. Book to movie or book to TV adaptations? Yeah, both. Don't you think it should be both? Like book to movie is a book that just it's like, if you try and drag it out too much, it's going to become boring, so it should be a movie, some books. Like, for example, Joanne Harris with Chocolate. That movie was really great, and the book was really great, although the two were a little bit different. And then book to what is it? Book to TV adaptations. Well, I did like, I'm reading, I don't have it here now. Where is, oh, there we go. The Discovery of Witches that I'm reading, A Discovery of Witches. That's it. What I actually watched the TV series before I read the book, and I quite liked the TV series, so that I liked. So I think both. Long answer, sorry. 23. A movie or TV adaptation you loved more than the book. No, I don't know. I don't know, because I try when I watch a movie or TV adaptation that comes from a book, I try not to. Of course, you can't help yourself, but I try not to think too much of the book or the adaptation, because or the visual movie TV thing, because they are different, although they can never be exactly the same, right? So no, I like both for different reasons, because with the book I can get into their heads more, and with the visuals thing I can see more how they look, how they act, or that kind of thing. So yeah. Series or standalones? I would say standalones, like I said earlier on question 4 about trilogies and series. I prefer standalone books. And tag others. All right, down below I'll tag some people if you want to do this. Thanks for listening. Thanks, Candy, for tagging me, and I wish you a beautiful day. Bye for now.